In this fourth tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take these two gears here and basically mechanize them or have them joined together so they actually spin when you drag one of them. So the first thing I want to do is actually see if the gears are still lined up. So I'm just going to go and view it, top view, and I'm just going to zoom in a tiny bit. You can see my gears aren't lined up. So I'm just going to do the dragger and click on this small guy. It doesn't matter which one. And I'm just going to center it so the gears look like they're meshing. So, I can play around here a little bit and drag different ones, but those look like they're meshing now. If I want to be exact, I can take this guy and say, okay, well, if I go 90 degrees this way, like this, okay, I'm going to take this guy here, and there you go there. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Okay, so now I've gotten this point, I'm going to start the mechanism side of it. So all you do is you come up along the top menus, and you go to Applications, and you select Mechanism. Once mechanism comes up, you get a new, in the model tree, you get the mechanism tree down below here, and you get your different menus across the top. So it's very straightforward. You have two gears. You can see that they spin. There's the rotations there. Okay, and I click on the gears, and I want to pair up the set pair of gears. So I simply in here, I can name them whatever I want. Type, I'm just leave generic. Gear 1, so I'm just take the bigger one, is gear 1. So I click the motion access. And I simply here, you can see this is the motion access there, and I'll click on it. And it'll highlight a bunch of stuff, and I'll put in body, the pinion, the carrier. Don't worry about this stuff. The only thing we need to change here is the pitch circle, the diameter. And it's a 24 tooth, so all we're going to do is put 24 in. Right, we hit apply, and then we go over to gear 2. And again, motion access, we could name it something different if we wanted to. Click that motion access. And in this case, the pitch diameter, it is an 8 tooth. We click on 8, hit apply, and I'm just going to click OK. And now you can see that they're actually paired up. So when I click here on the green, you can see the two link up together. So when I go to the drag components now, I simply drag the big gear and they mesh. And away you go. They're actually working in unison. Okay, if I go to the small one and I click the small guy, they are still meshed. Imagine that. So if I get out of it by accident and I need to modify it over here in the mechanism tree, I just go to connections, and under connections I would have gears. When I click on gears, there's my gear pair. And if I right mouse click on it, go edit definition, it takes me back in and I can modify anything. So if I want to delete the gear pairing, I just right mouse click and I go delete, and it's all gone. Okay, one last thing I want to point out is at the bottom here you'll see this exclamation mark. And a lot of times what happens in Creo is you've done something and Creo will give you this little exclamation mark, and what it is you need to regenerate the drawing. So if I just come back up to the top, and I'm going to go back to model, okay, and right here is called regenerate, and if I click on it, you'll see that the exclamation mark disappears down below. So sometimes when it can't save or that, you just have to click the exclamation mark. So that is how to pair up gears and make them move in unison. And that ends this tutorial.